Welcome to the website Faith Dimensions. Faith is at the very heart of all that we are and all that we do. And of course, as Jesus says, without faith, you can do nothing. And so it's really the life of faith and the energy of faith that this site wants to capture in some way and wants to explore. And it's not just a series of articles or a series of perspectives or a series of arguments about faith. It's actually about the person of Christ, who is the source of faith. I think it's one of the problems when people think about faith, that they think that faith should be strong and absolutely clear at every point in every moment of their life. But in fact, that's not how it's experienced in many ways. Very often we have our doubts, and that's legitimate to have doubts. Because if we don't have doubts, how can we actually deepen our faith? How can we test it? On that journey, in these relationships, we do need to share the questions that we have, the ups and downs that we may have, and sometimes those moments in our lives when faith just seems to go. One of my favorite moments in Scripture is when the man who's paralyzed can't get to Christ on his own. He needs his friends to carry him. And they're very determined because they have faith. They have faith that if they can bring him to Christ, then he will be healed. So it's their faith that actually brings him. In philosophy, sometimes people want to make a distinction between the knowledge about something and the knowledge of something, the knowledge by acquaintance. Now, you can know a lot of facts about a person, but that's completely different from when you actually are their friend. We can all share the same facts about that person, but actually when we get together to speak about that person, to reflect upon them, we'll discover that we all have a different way of looking at them. We all have a different experience of them. That doesn't mean to say that we're meeting a different person or we've got the wrong person. It simply means that this person is rich and our relationships with them are rich. And so there are many different ways of bringing that together. And I think it's exactly the same with faith. We wanted to create a forum, a place where people could share their faith, could share not just faith from the content of faith, but also the way in which faith brings its own particular gift or optic to all the different facets of our life.